Sam.
Hello, 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 hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Thank you. Hot and then cold, hot and then cold. I'm
Yeah.
experiencing the winter flu.
Oh
I think that's
no.
so. I've locked myself in the demo studio away from everyone.
Well, I've just got sniffles because Riley, our little girl, she's got sniffles at the minute, so I keep going every now and then like this. It's not a full cold, it's just sniffles.
Yeah, sniffles make it feel scary. So we're
Yeah.
both just going to be doing that the whole
Every now and then.
conversation.
Like this.
If we agree to do it at the same time, we'll just cut out those tiny
Yeah,
snips. I'll be
just edit
like,
it.
"Snap."
You can see our faces do this.
So, Sam, welcome to the podcast. Thank you
Thank you very much.
for taking the time to speak to me today. And I
No
suppose
worries.
the first thing to kind of cover is a bit about you. So, a bit about your background, why woodworking, a bit about you, Sam.
Why?
Why?
Why? Why would I do this? Um, well, my background has nothing to do with woodworking, actually, as you know.
Yeah.
You do know. I actually started out as an actor, and I was well, mainly a dancer when I was really, really young. And then I got into a West End show when I was like 7. But before that, I wanted to be a ballet dancer. But since going to the West End show, which was Oliver, I was like, oh my God, musical theatre is amazing. And then I had a whole entire career doing musical theatre up until the age of 31, I want to say, 31. But during that period, I bought a house in 2008 and had no money left over from buying the house and get some furniture in the house. And well, I was like, well, I could make some. And it just snowballed. From there, it just snowballed. I started doing like fitted furniture and usual DIY stuff around the house. And then I started doing standalone furniture. My mum and dad started asking me to do stuff, and then other friends started asking me to do stuff. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was doing it during the day because being West End shows, you do work at night. So during the day, I'd be in the workshop, which was a dark and dingy basement in that London house that had it was soil as the floor. It wasn't even a proper like concrete floor. That was all uneven, and it had one light bulb and one plug socket. Um, and yeah, so I'll be there during the day, and then at night time I'd go off and do a show, and then I'd do the same thing over and over again. And like I said, it just snowballed, and I just found a passion for it. And yeah, obviously being a creative anyway, I just want to trying to get my creative juices flowing.
Oh
And then
my.
here we are today.
Here we are. So I guess you just discovered. So did you start off really, really good at it, or did you? Is it taking time, or you started with some kind of like? Because I looked
The
at a
thing
piece of
is,
wood, I'd be like, okay, just throw it.
no, the thing is, I'd always did like DIY stuff with my dad,
Yeah.
like all stuff around the house. And I remember making. So when we moved to London, so initially from Boston, Lincolnshire, we moved to London to do performing stuff. Um, and we had a house in southeast London in Woolwich, and Dad needed to make a gate because our garden had like tiers, and we had a dog, and Mum didn't want Scamp to go to the back end of the garden because all her nice flowers are there, right?
Yeah.
Um, so Dad was like, oh, I need to make a gate. And I was like, oh, great. And I remember making this gate with him, and he was just going to do this standard, like, up, down, stuff. And I was like, that's boring, Dad. We just make it boring. So I made, like, these, like, struts things and make it look like the sun type thing. And Mum loved it. And it was just out of, like, 2x1. Something, like, screwed together really solid. And I remember that kind of clicked in my head. And then Mum and Dad built a log cabin. It's like a prefab log cabin that you can kind of stack up, and we had loads of offcuts out of that. And this was at the bottom of the garden. And me and my brother and my sister used to spend lots of time down there. Me and my brother especially because I'm a drummer, so we had the drum kit down there. My brother played guitar, so we were down there jamming. and we wanted a TV down there, so we didn't have a TV stand. So I had loads of offcuts of these bits of wood from building the log cabin. So I built a TV stand. It was terrible. It did this. It racked. It had no support whatsoever. Again, just like screwed in randomly, no back support, nothing. And my brother mentioned this actually quite recently and said, "You've come from that to what you do now is insane." So yeah, so that's kind of how it just started. So none of my stuff was great to begin with,
Oh,
and it's just trial and error. You make loads of mistakes, and you just go for it.
crazy. So I wish we had. Do you have a picture of the original, a video of the original ever TV cabinet?
I wish I did. I really wish I did. Obviously, back then there was no social media. No one had camera phones. No, you know what I mean. My dad had a camera that it was terrible. So yeah, I don't have any pictures of it at all. I don't think there probably is somewhere, but not of it specifically.
It was the era of the old Nokia snake phones, right? That
Oh,
would
Nokia 3310. They didn't even have a
yeah.
like camera bit on it. Yeah, they were great.
There was that. There was no other. What was the thing? Was it like Nintendo? Oh my god, there was a Nintendo and it had like the red camera on top, and that was the camera
Oh
quality.
my God, I
I don't
can't
know if you,
remember that.
it was like you stuck it a Game Boy. It was a Game Boy
I
camera.
loved a game. They had a camera on a Game Boy. I don't remember that.
Yeah, and that's how I remember most of my childhood camera quality was through
You're a
this
bit younger than me, Olivia, so.
only grade. It must have been this. We're both millennials, same era.
You know.
Swings and roundabouts, swings and roundabouts. I suppose, have you taken any elements of your theatre career into wood, well, into furniture making and woodworking and what you do online?
I guess it's more a case of what I do online
Yeah.
is quite I was gonna say theatrical. It's not theatrical, it's just the way I am. Um I think obviously having acting experience helps you understand yourself.
Yeah.
And I have it gives you a good awareness of who you are, what you're like, but also a confidence. Um, I mean, I say that I've always kind of not given a poo about what people think about me. Try not to swear, especially now with Riley. She says everything. She copies everything we're saying. So I'm really trying not to swear, and I'm a swearer. Um,
So am I, don't
so
worry.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm always,
um, so yeah. So I think when it comes to social media and mainly being on stories, it's come quite natural to me. And I've had a lot of people going, "How are you doing it? You know, how would you get the confidence?" And I think it's just the acting background has kind of given me that confidence, even though I already kind of had it anyway, naturally. Um, but it's given me that awareness of what looks good, what doesn't. And then I've again just learned over time to adapt to the social media side of things. Obviously, it's very different to film and TV, which is what I used to do before. Um, so yeah, that's kind of helped um, in terms of taking that. But I think woodworking wise, I don't think so. I can't think of anything that from my theatre might maybe it has done subconsciously.
yeah, like creativity. Especially you have to be quite nimble, don't you? You have to move around the
You know
machine.
what? You know what? So I've been doing some woodworking courses, furniture making courses in the workshop. Do you know that? Do you
Oh
not know about
yeah.
this? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't think I do. I know
Yeah,
that.
I've been given some courses, right, on furniture making, like weekly 5-day courses, like one-on-ones, and again, because of my dancer background, simple things like being aware of what your body needs to do when you're running a piece of wood through the surface planer, aka jointer for those Americans listening. Um, running is understanding what your body needs to do and where it needs to be in relation to the machine and the wood has helped me work out, has helped me to explain things better to people. So it's just an awareness of where my body is needs to be rather than actually, and I think I've known the most efficient way to do that because of my dance background as well. So I guess that kind of ties into the woodworking thing.
Oh, Oh, that's we just with our mask. That's so cool.
Yeah. Because I think there was a guy that came in and he was running through the planer, but it was really far back, and I was like, that's going to be a lot of strain on your body and your back muscles. So actually, if you actually more over it and at this position around the surface planer, you actually get more efficiency through running through the and you get more smooth with it. It's like a bit of dance move going on.
Whoa, so I need to come for you for multiple reasons. So I could come to you for classes, posture, definitely by the sounds of it, and dancing.
It does
You're a man
help. It does
of
help.
talent, Sam. A man of many talent.
Nah.
My God, I suppose. Did you ever expect to be where you are now? Because you're extremely successful online, like YouTube, TikTok. I think Instagram. Last time I checked, it was almost at 260K. Your Instagram,
Yeah.
your TikTok grows. YouTube, but you started that later than the other ones, and that's still growing. You're almost 9K. Or it's like I can guess why you are very successful, but I guess can you?
No. So to answer the first question, I am very still surprised at the growth. It
Yeah.
has been manic, and again, it's not something I pursued in any way. It was just I simply wanted to make content, and I enjoy filming and editing. Again, as you know, and then just putting it out there. To be fair, the funny thing was, I used to hate social media, and that's the funny thing. But
Yeah.
then when I saw it as actually documenting my woodworking journey, um, and having fun with it, slapping my personality on there as well. I guess people started to relate to that and enjoy it. And then because of the size of the workshop we're in, which is what most people's sizes are, especially in the UK, with it being a single garage. I mean, a lot of them actually in the UK are smaller. They're like 6 by 6 foot sheds. Um, so I guess people can relate to it in some way. Um, yeah.
I think honestly, I think meeting you in person and seeing you online and knowing your whole package, I think you are just truly just being yourself. And I think that comes
Yeah.
across so I think it's so honest and refreshing. And I think it's just you. And that's so beautiful and nice. And I think that's what whenever because we get people come to us and speak about you and it's always the same. It's like he just seems like a really friendly guy, and I'm like, he's exactly like that in person too. And it's never,
That's sweet. And the thing is, that's what I've always had in the back of my mind. And I
yeah,
think but it's the one thing I always say to people when they say they want to, trying to get the confidence to be on stories, to be online and put themselves out there. And I'm saying just be you. Don't apologize for being you. Just be honest. And however that is, it will show online. Don't
yeah,
try and be someone else because trying to be someone else or trying to be something else or slightly different, changing your personality, it won't last. It just won't. So just be you from the get-go, and whatever happens, happens. Also, at the end of the day, not everyone will like you.
no,
And does it matter? No.
no,
So there's no point trying. So just
no.
just be you, unapologetically you. That's all I
Yeah,
say.
not to quote, was it Eminem? Someone that said, "If you got haters, then you're doing the right. You're on the right
Well,
path."
oh, really?
So I don't
Something like
know.
that.
Just trying to name drop. That is, yeah, I think that's super good advice. I think you can definitely tell when someone's just. I just threw my hair into my face. Not
Yeah.
it's very. Yeah, see that I won't edit that out. That's good.
It's natural.
To be sincere, and I suppose yeah, I hear a lot about that with woodworkers trying to start out on social media. The stories thing that is like
Yeah.
they hate doing that. They feel it's very unnatural. What would be your tip for someone looking to grow their social media? Would you say confidence?
Like we said, yeah, confidence. But again, like we said before, just being your true self. And wherever that might be, it might not be whether you show yourself. It might be how you edit certain things, how you portray um, your pieces, how you film your pieces, how you edit your pieces. You know, it's all about branding. And the Monkey Boys Workshop, yes, it's essentially, you know, it's me. I am the brand of Monkey Boys Workshop, I guess. And again, that wasn't intentional, but it's just the way it's become. Um, and like our business, our furniture making business, Fox and Monkey, is very separate to that. Even though it's under the same umbrella, but it looks very different. It has a different brand. So you just have to have a knowledge of what you're putting yourself, of what you're putting out there, and how you're putting it out there, and stick with it, and be confident with it, and go for it. Um, I think if you keep changing your um, your look, your vibe, everything, people get confused and will never follow on. Especially with social media, people go onto a page and within that 3 seconds, I think it is, people will decide whether they want to follow you or not. And so
Yeah.
everything has to be cohesive. If it's not obvious about what you do, what you're about from within those 3 seconds, no one will follow you. Um, and do your research and try and find out what's working, what reels worked, what carousel posts worked, what's all these things. See what's worked, what hasn't, and stick with it. Find your niche. It's one thing we always talk about. Find your niche and stick with
Yeah,
it.
I like
Yeah.
that. Find you, and also you have amazing merch. Can we just quickly talking about the brand? Amazing merch. Review team have few that we love. And if it wasn't so cold in here, I would be wearing mine. God
I
damn
know,
it.
I know.
And I suppose there's so many social media platforms now. What would you recommend someone wanting to be a furniture maker or woodworker? What social platform would you suggest they begin with?
You know what's funny? If I was to start it again, I'd probably go more YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, because I mean, I've not actually been on YouTube since the beginning of the year. So I know you were saying earlier, like the YouTube's grown, and it has grown, even though I've not been on it. Um,
Hour.
you've literally not been on it since about January, February. Um, but I think that's where I would go. I think the long form content is always going to be there. And I think
Yeah.
people are always wanting to learn stuff. And I think a natural thing is always for people to go to YouTube. Um, and then I think have an Instagram or a TikTok. Again, I'm not really on TikTok that much. You have a presence on there. Um, but yeah, I would tend to say go to YouTube first,
Oh,
and start it on there. Um, I think it's good to have like all of it
yeah.
if you really want to grow, but maybe stick to one or two, not all of them, because you would die. Like I said, I've not been on TikTok. You would die. I've not been on TikTok, even though I can literally reproduce the same stuff that I put on Instagram onto TikTok or even on Facebook. But obviously they have different caption settings, different hashtag settings, so and then different music. I ain't got time for that, especially with a little baby. So
Yeah.
just stick to one, maybe two. And I personally would do YouTube, then Instagram, even though I've done Instagram, then YouTube.
Yeah. I suppose yeah, as you said, it's finding your path, finding your journey, and then see what
Yes,
and then what.
exactly. And I think the reason why my YouTube is actually doing well is because of Instagram. I think I get a lot of people that find me through Instagram and then they go onto my page, go onto my link tree. Oh, he's got a YouTube account. Great. I'm going to go on there and then I'll subscribe. And then I don't put a video up for months. And then they've forgotten about that that I've subscribed. I am planning on next year to do more videos on YouTube, just
Oh,
so everyone knows.
good thing
I was going to do it this year. Exactly. I was going to do it this year. I just not had time. But yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And you have your Patreon? Still have the Patreon
Do you
going?
have a Do you have a Patreon going? Yeah, I've had some. They've been brilliant. No, actually, they've been brilliant. Everyone there, great support on the
That is
Patreon.
such a cool asset to the community. I feel like Patreon is
Yeah,
so great to get all the community together as well and
Yeah,
support.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
love
exactly. It's been great. It's been
love that.
great.
And you, oh my God, I suppose you kind of just referenced it
Reference it.
then. Referenced it. Oh my God, I can't spit, I
You
swear to God.
reference it, did.
Reference. But you have a beautiful family, and you
Oh,
and
thanks.
your wife Katie, you both run Fox and Monkey, which you
Yep.
spoke about before. The two of you, and she has a massive social media presence as well. So the two of you together are just this like powerhouse. Can we just a powerhouse? Riley's going to be like a powerhouse. But how do you guys, I guess, juggle it? I suppose with family and business
Yeah.
and how they merge and how to keep them separate and how to have a life, I guess, amongst all the busyness of it all.
Well, to be fair, it's actually when me and Kate were chatting about this earlier. This year has been tough. Like it really has been tough. I think we were a little. I'm gonna be honest. I think we were a little bit naive um, when in our thought process of how to run the business with a baby before Riley came along. When we were chatting about it when Katie was pregnant. And this year's been tough. Like there's been times when you know Katie's back's gone because Riley won't go to sleep. And then I'm like, right, so I'm coming in, making sure she's good because I don't want Katie to be injured or anything like that. Or Riley's been really unwell. And so, and we're very like, we both decided to have a baby. So we're both present and both hands on. And I think that's the way we work and that's the way we want to work. But then trying to run that with a business is difficult. And we've been trying to make that work throughout the year and figuring out our method of doing that.
Yeah.
And obviously, before Riley came along, it was kind of both of us in the workshop doing stuff. Mainly me in the workshop, Katie doing stuff as well, and then she would go off and do all the social media for Fox and Monkey, and all the website keep up and admin, which I bloody hate doing, and
Oh,
she's amazing at. I admin.
oh,
But
Katie,
I,
you're a hero.
oh, she's amazing. She's honestly the business wouldn't run without Katie.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that. Like, and we've said this in our we made an ebook of how to start a business in
yeah,
on for makers basically, and it's the one thing we always say, like we said about find your niche and all that lot. But you just got to keep going and keep at it, and it's hard. It's hard, but that's okay. You know,
yeah.
that's absolutely okay, and it's so worth it because you're doing stuff that you really want to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
no, Katie's amazing at it. So I would highly recommend finding a Katie.
What's your like business tip that like a tip for aspiring people that want to be in the position you and Katie are? And the tip is to find find a Katie.
Find a Katie. No, so I think the one thing is build your foundation and take your time if you want to start a business as a furniture maker or any kind of maker. 'Cause again, that's what our ebook is for. It's for any kind of maker. Um, is for yeah, just take your time with it. Build that foundation. Build your brand. Build your website. Build your pieces that you're going to sell. Photograph them in the right way. We took 9 months to form Fox and Monkey, and that
Yeah.
included all those things. And I think a lot of people, especially in the maker world, they tend to do things really quickly. They've been doing it as a hobby for so long, and then they go, okay, I've got an Instagram account, I've got an Etsy page or a website, and they go, right, I'm going to do it full time. And it's like, no, like take your time, build your brand, build a rapport with those potential clients. Um, and get really nice. Take the time to do some nice photography, whether that be you're hiring someone or teach yourself. We took a lot of our own photography, and then for our bigger furniture pieces, Katie did all that, and then we hired a photographer to do our smaller homeware pieces to begin with. And we've since then we've been over now 2.5 years or something. We've mixed and matched that over the years and trying to get it all and collate it all together. So yeah, just take your time. And I think that's so key. So key.
Yeah.
And I think people rush into it and then go, oh, why am I not getting orders? Why am I not getting this? Because no one knows what you're making. No one knows who you are. No, you know, it's all that. Yeah, yeah.
All about getting ready for it. Yeah, because then you might be. Yeah, I cannot imagine running the business. I would cry. I would shed no tears. So that is, it's just, I suppose the stuff you guys make is, I mean, if listeners and the watchers haven't seen it before, it is crazy. It's just, it is so uh, like immaculate. Seen I've not seen anything like that, and I'm not just, I promise I'm not just saying it. I've not seen
Oh, thanks.
anything like that before. And I guess what's the process? How do you guys, obviously we don't want to reveal too much, but how do you
No,
guys
no.
come up with your um like designs?
Designs.
The process is just to see, to look at a piece of wood and then I don't know, just see
To
that.
turn into that.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
I guess because Katie and I are both from a creative background. Katie was also an actor, by the way. She was a performer as well.
yeah.
Again, I know you know that, but for listeners out
Oh
there,
no.
it's how we both were doing West End shows. But yeah, so we're both creative people. But Katie has a love for interior designs. That's her kind of passion. Um, and I have a really good eye, I think, for design as well. And I think that combination has kind of morphed into what we make now. We like things clean lines, simple, but has a touch of thoughtfulness on it. Um, so you know, like the first piece we did, that people really grabbed onto was the Arwen TV unit that we did. And it has these like chevron fronts, has a waterfall mitre grain, and it has chamfered edges on the front that kind of draw your eye to those chevron fronts. There's two drawers, and then a cupboard in the middle. Um, so it's simple, but for some reason it works. And I think sometimes again people can overcomplicate things, or they're too simple. And I think we're just trying to add those little touches here and there that really create a style. And I think with doing that and both our inputs, we've created our own kind of style, I think. I think it was Jack from Woodshop 51, which we all know. He
Yeah.
said we were chatting at an old Rubio event, and he said it's funny. Any piece that we bring out, even if it's not through like he's someone else has reshared it, he can tell it's one of our pieces because it's like that's a Fox and Monkey piece. Oh, that's a Fox and Monkey piece because it's a certain style. I don't know why. I don't know what that style is. Scandi mid-century F&M put in there. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Um,
I can see exactly what he means. It's like nothing will ever be the same. It's like you look at your home and you're like, God damn, it's IKEA unit,
the
nothing.
funny thing is, we've had so many clients like order stuff and repeat clients,
Yeah.
and we've built them custom pieces and whatever, and we've put the first piece in, and it's the other side of the room. There's a piece they've had for like 10 years or whatever, and they've gone, oh, that looks shit compared to it. You're like, oh, why? Now I have to order more stuff from you. It's like, sorry.
Sorry, my work is so beautiful.
Sorry.
So cool. Honestly, you guys must be so proud. And to have like you both like as a couple, as husband and wife working like together on it. I think I spoke to
Yeah,
Derek Barrett, and he was saying
yeah,
his wife works with him, and he just said he would just, like they would both be lost without like each other,
yeah,
and adds such
100%.
a different element to it. It's like such a beautiful way to work. So I
It's a
think that must
team. It's a
yeah.
team, and having that support for each other, I think, really helps. And I know again, a lot of makers don't have that. They are, they obviously have partners, um, but they're doing it solely themselves, and they're the ones doing the admin. They're doing the website upkeep. They're then also making the products, then doing the photography. They're then doing the invoices, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
So,
And that's why I said find a Katie.
yeah.
Find someone else who could maybe help you somewhere. Just alleviate something, if you can. But it is still doable with just one. It's just obviously it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for two, but let you know. But yeah.
And you're juggling in life as well. It's good, but I think it's very clear that you're very passionate about what you do, and I think that does come across in
100%.
your work. I think that's what adds. I think that's what adds to your social media. That's what adds to your furniture pieces. I think that's it. You can tell you love it, and it's not
Yeah,
just.
and I think, but also at the end of the day, like we're here. We've got one life, right? Do what you
Yeah.
love. Simple as that, innit? Just do what you enjoy. Obviously, like I said, I was an actor before. I got to a certain point in that career, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I was on stage, and I was just thinking about being in the workshop, and I was like, okay, maybe I should be in the workshop more often, and not be on stage. And I think that was like right. That was for me was like the point of going, okay, I need a change. I need to do something
Yeah.
that and something's niggling at me, and do something that you love. And then down the line, something might change, and you start doing something else, and that's also
Yeah.
good, you know.
It's never too late to
Um,
start anything.
Never too late. No.
That's beautiful, and I think very wise words. I think you get that a lot. I think people, I don't know, fear kind of taking a chance on something you love.
100%, 100%. I mean, I wouldn't have, changed my career 10 years ago. I wouldn't have done it. I wasn't ready. Even though in my head I was like, I could see myself going that way, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And you'll know when the time's right. And that could be a month from now, that could be 10, 20 years from now. It doesn't matter. Just enjoy the journey. And I think that's what people forget. They want to get to the end goal so quickly. And there's so much stuff that Katie and I have planned. We've only scratched the surface of the stuff that we want to do for Fox and Monkey and for both of us, within the business. And it's just enjoying the journey rather than trying to get to that end goal.
Yeah. Good.
Because yeah, like, be in the moment, be present. Yeah,
What will be will be. we
exactly.
share that. We've discussed. We share the same like like
Ethos.
we will be. Yeah, we got the
Yeah.
same same guidelines for life, or the not guidelines for life.
Yeah. Go with the flow. Go with
And
your
I
gut. That's the other thing I always say as well. Go with your gut. I think people have forgotten what their gut is recently.
yeah.
I think humanity has slightly forgotten that. Not to get too deep, but like I think humanity has. Yeah, I think humanity has slightly forgotten gut instinct. Because I think, we're told that we have to do this. Okay, you leave school, you get a job, da, 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 and then you stick with that job until you're 60, and then you retire. And then but like, why? Like, do the things that make you get up in the morning. And if you're not happy right now, okay, fine. So work towards doing the things that will make you happy. That may take time. That's okay. But find the joy in the moments of getting there. And we're enjoying where we are now, and we're very proud of the stuff we've created. And like I said, there's so much more that we've got planned, and we can't wait to get there. But we're also enjoying right now.
I think there's especially you've got so much to look forward to. I think in life, in work life, and in personal life as well. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
such a good way to be, Sam. I think that is very
yeah,
reflective as well. It's a very much like kind of who cares? Like it's life. We love
yeah.
life.
Do you know what I mean? Chill out.
Nothing's that bad.
Mm.
That is no. I think that's such a beautiful way to live life. And I guess I have to ask you two questions of
Yeah, yeah.
what's your favorite show you ever did? I need to know that immediately. And then
Ah,
favorite project you've ever made. So together we can combine your
oh wow. It's a really hard. I've been asked this question about what the favorite show I did, and it's so hard because each show I did was very different.
Yeah.
Um, it's weird. I was more of a physical actor, so I never like did Shakespeare. I never really spoke on stage. I was the kind of person that was quite physical, and hence why I've had the name Monkey Boy for many, many years,
Yeah.
since I was about 11. Because I was always quite physical. So the shows I did was reflective of that. I played animals. I did Lord of the Rings at Drury Lane. I was an orc. I was a hobbit. I was an ent, on stilts, and I was like an elf. And so I did all these like bungee flying, stilt walking, acrobatic stuff. And then Warhorse. I was a puppeteer in, I puppeteered the main horse in Warhorse called Joey. Um, and that was phenomenal. Extremely physical show. Um, and then I did Stomp, which
Okay.
again, are physical, but they're all so different. So it's like
Yeah.
I can't, And then I did Wicked. I did Wicked, and I played the main monkey in it. So the whole of Act Two, well, the whole of end of Act One and Act Two, I was just a monkey, which is great. It
So
was wicked. I
cool.
got paid to be a monkey. Um, so they're all very different. And so to say which one was my favorite, it's so like the one. Okay, to be fair, the one that always sticks in my mind is Warhorse, if I'm honest, because
Yeah.
I did that for about 3 years, until it closed in the West End. Um, and it always holds a very like special place in my heart. They all do, but I think
Yeah.
Warhorse. I don't know. I guess it's that one. Yeah.
No, and your favorite
The
project you've ever made, would that be
project.
similar to, we don't know, there's so many good ones.
The funny thing is, so do you know the curved sideboard?
Yes.
That one always sticks in my head
Yeah.
because it was a challenge and I cried when I finished it. One
So,
because yeah, one because it was finished because it took me ages to do, but also because it was steam bent white oak. Had beautiful, nice curved side pieces, and it was a custom piece. Um, but there's one we're about to finish off, a big walnut piece. It's the biggest piece we've ever done,
okay.
and I'm really proud of it. It looks really cool. Not steam bent, it's walnut. It's simple rectangle. It's a box with some legs and some chevron front doors. It's simple, but the legs are integrated into the front, but you see them through the top. It looks cool. It looks cool, and
Okay.
it's a big piece. It's bigger than my workbench, so it's like, yeah, it's been a challenge, this one.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, but it looks cool. I'm
Very excited.
looking forward to
I
going
can
there.
get a sneak peek. I won't show it to
Yeah,
anyone.
I'll send you a pic. I'll send you a
Oh
pic.
my God. I'm very excited to do that. I'm
Yeah.
very, and I suppose, have you guys got anything? So I think we've woodworking courses, your ebook. Is there anything else that you want to promote? Anything you've got coming up that we should look out for?
Oh God. Well, we're working on some build plans at the minute. So did actually bring out a dado jig build plan. So I've got my own dado jig. Um, so Monkey Boys Workshop one. That build plan's already out. So it's a any size kind of dado jig. So it's where it go check it out. It's a really good data jig.
Yeah.
And we are bringing out one of our collection pieces is called an Amelia. It's a round coffee table. So many people, ever since we brought that out, which was about 3 years ago, we've had people always message, have you got build plans for this? We'd love to build it. And we're always like, no, it's one of our collection pieces. We don't want loads of people making it.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see people make it because it is actually a really nice piece. And so we're currently in the midst of making it's a round coffee table, inverted legs with half laps. Yeah, so we'd bring that out. What else to promote? I don't know. We're doing some. I've got some. I'm on the show Money for Nothing now.
Yes.
Um, I was one of their makers. I think the episode that I've done is not coming out till like the spring, I think. Um, but I'm also filming another BBC thing next week.
Oh,
So go onto my page and find out the information out. When I find more information out of it next week, yeah, I'm over somewhere
oh
presenting
my
something. Um,
editing, Sam. I need
yeah, yeah.
That's so cool.
So yeah, all these random things have started coming out from the social media, and people are like, yeah, so yeah.
Oh,
Like I said, I'm just going with it,
are we
going with the
looking
flow.
at potential BBC TV star? And I just
Nah.
nod at me, wink, blink once.
I mean, if it happens that I, start doing more of that kind of stuff, great. I think it'd be quite cool. I'd be open to that. Um, but as long as it's to do with woodworking, because that's my heart. That's where my heart lives.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
and building and making, and so
Building
we.
anything, just building anything into, yeah. It
And
doesn't have to be furniture as long as it's building.
where can we find all of? Well, where can we find you? Basically, is it at Monkey Boys
Oh
Workshop?
yeah, at Monkey Boys Workshop, all straight, lowercase, no underscores or underlined things. And then you'll find our business, which is at Fox and Monkey Co. Um, and then you'll find my wife's page if you're into interiors, which is thefox.home. So you'll see some of our pieces on there. And then my website is www.monkeyboysworkshop.com. Simple, isn't it?
Oh, amazing,
Easy, nice
Sam!
and simple.
I could honestly talk to you all day. I could
Ah,
honestly,
bless
this
you.
could be hours. I'd be like,
I
right,
don't
Sam,
bloody stop talking.
tell me you I combined. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure. And I remember when I first started, I think you were at 10K, so you already had a big following then. And to see you grow like that, it's so deserving, and it's so lovely to
Oh,
see you and
thanks.
Katie's business flourish and your family flourish. So I just look forward to see what the future holds.
Ah,
Thank you
cheers, Olivia. You're
so
so
much.
sweet.
Pleasure. Thank you so much, Sam.
No worries at all.
Wow.